DJ
Crazy.
Part of Self. You know what I mean? You know, and big respect to Jazzy J and all of those that was doing it before of us, because you know at the end of the day we're just speaking on our side and what we saw. You know what I'm saying? So B Singer doesn't have a resume like Poppy. So if you're trying to discredit his testimony and y'all continue to clash, it's gonna basically ultimately like kind of discredit each other. And I think that people are using these two brothers and pitting them against each other to discredit one another, build up the circus, build up the dirty side of YouTube, and keep this war flowing. And everybody's talking about it. And to me, if it ain't Doggy Diamonds, you really, or maybe Star, you really don't have no place in this platform.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they were
Clickbait.
really covering this for real.
Right.
Everybody else is
And
jumping
trying
on
to
it.
do something about it also.
But
Right. Them brothers was
to
And
me,
actually
trying
trying
to
to take
come to some
action.
type of resolve
to
instead of just saying, "Oh, I heard," and you get on these platforms and
right,
you
right.
know, and they're just talking about stuff, and I heard this and I heard that. You know, it's disgusting. It's sickening, to be honest with you.
But it
You know,
raises the
it
issue
really is.
that it is easy to do that because, like in my opinion, like both of them, like even though Hassan Campbell what was Baby Bo and he's Shaka, so him being Shaka, he had a little more leeway to not be as active. To like in my heart of hearts, people that aren't active, because like me, like I'm like you, Al. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's 4 weeks in a month. You know what I'm saying? So when you look, and it's the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Which is the main,
Mm-hmm.
which is the, there was always something about the Bronx. So like that's 20, 30 years of that one little like problematic little symptom trait or habit. And now in 2024, when it's, then you got like, you know what I'm saying? You got, it's able to do that because they're Zulu, but they really wasn't, because it wasn't like they're rushing out of the Bronx to come help us do anything when there was something happen. They wasn't really doing that in Long Island. They wasn't doing that in Flushing or Jamaica, anywhere where it was active around my like the 2000s, late 90s. They wasn't doing that. The Bronx was nowhere to be found other than like little remnants, Silver Dollar,
I
the
went to the
what you
Bronx
want.
once.
You know what I'm saying? I've been there a couple times in the beginning of me being Zulu.
No,
You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
went
saying?
for an
when I
issue,
first became Zulu.
for an issue. I've been to the
Right.
Bronx.
That, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what like that's why it's a whole lot that it's just a big mess. And then what will happen if they didn't fix things like if you don't really get the full story of Huey Newton or Martin Luther King, like I'm saying, are they really gonna do it with Bam? They're gonna spin it, and it's like a race to really see like this is crazy. Like
I
it's a
No,
lot. Like man, that's why
I
like
personally think,
we should we,
I wanted to point out something too.
and
the only thing is that we are firsthand like knowledge, and that's why what we're doing is highly important, yo, because it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Your man, the guy y'all talking about, Bugatti Buddha or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Who is that? And he got
who?
like the dude Bullets
The one
Bugatti,
that
Bullets Johnny, what's his name?
Bullets
Bullets
Gotti.
Gotti.
Right,
No doubt. Shout out
right,
to him.
right,
Shout
right,
out to
right.
him. But he's
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
You know
You
what I'm
know,
saying?
like
All
I
for this
left a
one little
comment.
piece. It's
I
crazy.
left a comment on his interview with B
Right, right,
Stinger,
right.
and I
I
just
know.
was like, yo, man, like you can't say somebody stole his story because he
Right,
like
right,
kind of
right.
agreed with B Stinger saying that Poppy stole his story. So I was like, what about everybody else that has the? What about the other survivors that came forward on Star?
And
What
actually
about these
sued.
individuals? What about the John Doe that's laying in wait
Right,
right
right,
now?
right.
What about him? Did
Right.
they steal the story too? Like you can't.
They're just
That's
taking
what I mean
pieces and
about
getting right.
capitalizing on. I
Exactly.
mean, they call it clout chasing, but like this
Exactly.
is what I mean. This is what I mean. Like
none of them care about finding a solution. None of
right,
them care
No.
about finding healing
getting
for
these
the
people help.
survivors.
No, they're
You
just
know what they all
slinging
want?
mud.
They want to see the shit show,
And the
and they
crash
want to
out and
see
the
Yeah.
they
crash
want to
out.
see the crash out. They want to see the destruction and the end. the demise of Zulu, whether it be Universal Zulu Nation, all forms of it, Zulu Union, because I'm gonna be real. I thought when we started the Zulu Union, we would separate ourselves from all of this. That was the goal, right? When we organized this, we wanted to separate ourselves so that there was a distinction between ourselves, the young Zulus, and Bambaataa. Based on what was circulating around the organization at the time, we felt it was best for us to protect our youth membership because the young Zulus did not want to be associated with that madness. So it's our duty to protect the youth. It's our duty to protect the sisters. It's our duty to protect the Zulus. So we stepped aside. And I'm going to address this briefly. The narrative that the Zulu Union should be identified as separatists is madness to me. And I'm going to quote DJ Power, Zulu King Power, who's locked up. Free Power.
Free
He
power.
said,
Free
he
power.
said, y'all in the Zulu Union are the babies of the Zulu Nation. Y'all came from us. So how could anyone
Absolutely.
discredit y'all and come against y'all when all the work that y'all put in? And I'm talking about the resume between the brothers and sisters that started the Zulu Union,
And I was
which
on
was
that phone call too.
And
I was
all
on
we're
that jail
doing
phone
is
call when he said that.
upholding the Zulu nation, the true ideals of that. That's
the
what's
true
crazy.
the true
That's what's
ideology,
crazy.
the
What
true
they
It is.
taught
true
us. What they
principles,
taught us.
what they taught us. So we're still striving on that same path. And not once did we ever think that we were better than the elders, that we were better than the Universal Zulu Nation.
It was
There's
always
just a lot
respect.
of misinformation, and a lot of Zulus is left in the dark. And the brothers that had the light and the brothers that had the information had to take action in support of the members, in support of the survivors, and we got to stand on truth and stand to principle.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out one last thing. During the during his podcast, he mentioned the Trapped in the Culture documentary. Now, they didn't say that name. They used the name that was provided by Star from the Star Report, which
Hmm.
was Universal Zulu Nation first gay hip hop family.
Yeah, I took
And
offense to that. I took offense to that.
we all did because that's
That
not what we eventually went into it with that knowledge of knowing it. So we were misled
right,
with that name.
right. I want
She
to
did
talk
it to
about
get
that.
attention.
I want to talk about that because I felt some type
She,
of way about that, and then listening to B Stinger's interview with Bullets Gotti and him basically not saying it outright, but it's like when I joined the Universal Zulu Nation in '96, I was 14 years old. I wasn't propositioned with any type of sexual act, homosexual act, heterosexual act, none of that. So when him saying that he lied and had a fake ID and he allegedly committed this act because he wanted to be down. These are his words, not mine. These are his words. And then she and whoever putting out this documentary talking about the first gay family, like, no, if one person is a certain way, that doesn't mean everybody is
Is that
this
way.
way. And you're gonna put that like you're putting one man's act on an entire organization. And I think that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I took great offense to it. That's why when, like certain things were happening behind the scenes and Zoom calls and the Zoom call that I joined once or twice maybe, I was very reserved. Like and I was very hesitant and skeptical about, you know, the individual in question with the documentary because I didn't like that. I didn't like it at all because
I,
I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I know what I represent. And I don't represent that. You know what I'm saying? And like we said earlier in this discussion, a lot of us put our lives on the line. The four of us here have put our lives on the line. Like P, you know the situation where it was about to get funky in the studio, you know what I'm saying, over somebody saying like y'all too young to be Zulu and don't you know Bam is this way and it was about to go down. You know what I'm saying? But out of respect for that individual's home, nothing happened. You
And
know what I'm saying? Like
it
I,
was
I
wrong.
took this thing, we take this thing serious,
Mm,
and it's not for play. You know what
Yo,
I'm saying?
I had to
It never has, never will be.
the thing like just for me, I don't it's wrong as far as the individual and the doc to do that, but I can't get mad, and I don't fault them as far as dealing with like the media. And then like even that situation there.
To
I mean,
bring awareness,
but
she
Right,
did
right,
it to
that's
bring
right.
like
awareness.
it's sensationalism, but
Right,
still
but
like
right, but no,
but still like you
I don't
doing
get
that,
mad.
that's like a clout chasing move
No,
though.
yeah,
You know what I'm
but
saying? And we don't come from that, and that person is older than us.
right, right,
You
right,
know what I'm
but
saying? Like we don't come from that. We don't
no,
put
I get
videos
that.
up like
But that's like a
like
one on one. The
it's
media is
clickbait.
different. That's why, yeah. But you need that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get mad.
I understand, but
I
that
try to control the bullets that I give people. That's what I'm saying. Like
right,
the
Mm.
Zulu gave that to Zulu, and
right,
she offers like, and it's not based on just Ron Savage. It's based on she like
right. No, I know,
she got but she offers, you know what I'm saying?
but it's like
The
it's
Offers
opportunity.
what? Be clear. I want you to be clear. Offers
Like
what? Explain that, brother.
like all right. One beforehand off anything, she offers the opportunity to tell our story and support what we're doing and kind of align what we're doing. And I feel like if that might have been done, I will say I do understand the reservation some, but it's that's the game, you know what I'm saying, in short. But she offers alignment and understanding. I don't know if y'all met her before she met. I don't even know. I met her after y'all met her, but she offers
I
our
never
side of
met
the
her.
story. You know what I'm saying? And then she's the one like with like she's really trying to eliminate the statute of limitations where survivors can get results. You know what I'm saying? That's the Child USA. I gotta go and speak to these people in November. Next week I got like she's on that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, and that's if like I wanted to just not so much quote unquote settle for just helping survivors get justice. But she offers like this right here, you know what I'm saying? Getting the story out there, how you could do
Yeah.
it, you know what I'm saying? And she goes hard for that in her in whatever way, you know what I'm saying? I talk
Right.
to her often, not too often, because I'm doing my thing. The thing is like I don't get mad at the media because they gonna do like we in the game. That's the game. You know what I'm saying? So I try to control the perception. You're not gonna really find like it's just P the entertainer or rapper. I'm not gonna. I try not to be on camera or anything that can be used like that. I try to give them what you know what I'm saying, as much as I can, do it myself, you know what I'm saying, at my little level. So I can imagine a 40-year organization that started hip hop and all these people were Zulu. You know what I'm saying? It's an amazing thing. So like I do wish people get justice. But Bam needs justice, and the survivors. Like I really wish to see that in my lifetime, and that's why I do
Before, mhm.
like my bad.
Before I want to just add on. Before Bam gets justice, Bam needs to stand on the truth.
Right,
Like we
but
have to deal in truth,
right,
and from there, all those parties could find healing and they could get
right.
justice. You know what I mean?
But
Right.
how do we
Because at
how
the
would
end,
we
he
do
needs
that?
healing too.
Right, but this
He
Definitely.
is
does.
He
this
needs
is the
healing
Definitely.
thing.
too.
All the parties need healing. Every one of them.
Right, but
You know what I mean?
this is the thing. That's why like I get the personal daily reservations of like not wanting to get into this, you know what I'm saying, because it requires a lot, you know what I'm saying, but it must be done. Even with just dealing with her, sometimes I can't always talk. Like I didn't know I'd be dealing with this a whole year where I gotta interview and I gotta like, but my point is it must be done. But that why not get involved with something real, like eliminating the statute of limitations where you come out?
No,
B. Stinger was
there's
he
real
was a,
work being done.
right, right,
Yeah,
right.
There's
I,
real
I
So
work
agree
being
with
done.
that. I agree with
why
that.
Real
I'm
not?
work
not
being
And
done.
hating on
and
that.
then if
I'm
I'm
she
with
with
you
it.
could
on
help,
that.
like that documentary, I don't even like. I've only seen pieces of it, and people talk about it that I don't know, so it must be getting something done. So I don't really like. I do get why people are all
Yeah.
why the collective, you know what I'm saying, is reserved because it's a hard one. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
But
I
it
want
must
to I
be
want to
done.
address that. I want to address the documentary because B Stinger is saying that Layla Wills, what is it? What she's that she basically like,
She
uh,
manipulated him or
manipulated
something.
him,
Yeah,
right?
she manipulated
Um,
him.
B Stinger, let's deal in reality,
Right,
and I got nothing but positive energy flowing towards you in the sense that I want healing for you and I want justice for you. Healing is the priority. I don't want to see
right.
nobody unravel
Because
and
that's
lose their sanity over the pain that you've experienced.
but
Layla Wills did not co-author your book. Your book came out and revealed this information about Bambaataa. She didn't co-author your book. She
Right.
didn't line you up to go to daily news and cry on the news and reveal this to anybody. These are things that you did on your own. And what's the fallout behind that? The fallout behind that is you got your life threatened by people that you're now hanging out with, you're now cool with. And I mean, I would never be around nobody that threatened my life. Somebody threatens my life, we're going to war and we're going to settle it that way. That's all it is. There's no reconciliation when you threaten my life. You know what I mean? So you really have to look at the things that you did, take accountability for your actions, right? Find healing. Don't blame Layla Wills for what took place. And more importantly, look at the fallout, right? You doing all this, I'm Zulu, come speak to me, holla at me. But where were you in Zulu? Nobody knows you, right?
I not
Nobody knows
never.
you.
You know what I
And look
mean?
at the fallout. Hundreds and hundreds of members left. People are in disarray, whether it be Universal Zulu Nation, Zulu Union. All of us are like a fraction of what we once were because of all of this that took place. And it's crazy. Like now, so you come back on that and say, nah, it's all good. We good now. But hundreds and hundreds of important Zulus left, chapters left, regions left, celebrities left. So now this organization is divided. It's in shambles. Where do we go from here? It's crazy. It's crazy.
I think the only way is to get the true story out there is to get, like to get ahead of it. Because if you look at it like this is something with B Stinger, but it's real. It's not like he's a super crazy. Like this is insane. That it's a lot of controversy over someone that's not even like this is his whole claim to fame, and it's not even that much out there. Like he be on YouTube and live and be having like a few thousand views just saying crazy stuff, yo. I don't
Yeah.
so it's a lot. It's a lot. I think the only way is to stay with the real people that want to be Zulu. That's why like I do agree with I do understand rather like within our collective why why some people have like little like discrepancies. But I tell them like I'm telling anybody if they still want to be Zulu and they're what's going on, you're back. Like if they still want to be Zulu at this day and time and really, really be with us and things like that as far as brothers, then I'm with it, yo, as long as they uphold the true ideals of Zulu. So I just I want to stick to that. I hope it gets to that. But I do feel
No,
for it to
nobody wants to be a part of
but
the.
it needs
If
to
it's
be
gonna be a
handled.
shit show like this,
It has to be handled.
no one's gonna want to ever come back. And yo, if you feel like you were Zulu at a certain point and you left due to the scandal, maybe you were in the dark, maybe you didn't know the truth, and you want to come back to Zulu and start building, let's come back. Let's find a way to rebuild this up, get the real, true,
Yeah.
solid Zulus on one page, and
Or just
unify
people
and
that
move forward.
understand and support.
And the brothers and sisters that experience the trauma, that experience the negativity, they got to find therapy, they got to find help. We stand firm that we're going to continue to support the survivors and stand on truth, right? And but we got to deal in truth. You can't be telling the world no BS and think that everyone's going to jack it. That's not the case.
Right.
So right now, we telling the world like, yo, you could tell all the stories you want about Zulu, but the Zulus are right here in Spears and Mike's podcast, the four of us and the many others that will be participating in this show to teach y'all what Zulu truly is about. Nobody's opinion is valid on our organization other than us.
It's a
If it don't
fact.
come from us, it's questionable. It's hearsay. If it
Right.
don't come from Poppy, who's an actual true Zulu, you know what I'm saying, that has a resume that people know about, to me it's not valid. You know what I'm
Can
saying? So,
can I ask you guys a question? Yes.
mhm.
Like, do you agree, or how do you? What's your thoughts rather? Like Hassan Campbell, Poppy, right? Like, he spoke his story, and then he kind of became like a mini celebrity, and it's kind of, he's sometimes like, you see he's used in a bad way, sometimes he's used, but he's also out there, so like a lot of people don't really care if the, and I'm not saying he's one, but a lot of people don't care how they're out there as long as they're out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't
I
really,
think
so, because if he was
um
on it, how did he get caught up like that? And then do you fault him for becoming a mini celebrity? Like, I don't know, because
nah,
these are
I
things that,
think when he be when like in his case, he obviously needs therapy too. So like and then
Respectfully,
like
respectfully.
I've right. I when I was in college, I studied psychology, right? It was like a prerequisite for my major, right? And it was actually early childhood psychology, right?
nice,
And with trauma, like
right?
certain things, they'll block certain things out. Like, and this goes for Savage too. Like the whole thing with the I forgot I had the fake ID and everything. That might be in like not to make an excuse for him, but that's could be something he mentally blocked out, a part of his trauma, and then now it's coming back to him because for whatever reason, like things will happen, like when you get into a brawl, you don't remember
No,
everything,
yeah,
and you
no,
be
I
like,
get it, I
yo,
get
and
it.
like
Things
it might
come
be like
back
two
over
weeks
time.
later, you'd be like, yo, I hit some with the crazy uppercut. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Or like, like you saw what I did. Yo, I forgot I did that. Or somebody
Yeah.
might tell you, be like, nah, I ain't do that. And then like, oh, I remember now. Like, so like Poppy and Ron Savage, like things might, like stories might go in and out. You know what I'm saying? Like it might go in and out, like to how they recall certain things. And then when he be lashing out, that's obviously a part of his trauma. Like one minute he'll go, but I think like that's what I was saying about like the trolls and these other platforms, like gassing them up to have these outbursts. You know what I'm saying? Like you're triggering them,
But they didn't, they
instead
didn't,
of like doing something to help them, because you don't know. You're not a therapist. You're not a
right,
psychiatrist, a
right,
psychologist,
Right.
or anything. So you don't know what's good for them. You're just tr- concerned about numbers and hits, and like hit the like button, hit
right.
the subscribe button, hit this, hit that, hit the super chat or whatever. And you wanting to go viral because of these two individuals. You
Right.
know what I'm
Right. Right.
saying? And you don't care about what happened to them. Because
But they
when
don't
you
have
hear
to
their story,
though.
when they
Yeah.
give the
Like, are
story,
you
when they
giving them
give
the
the
help they need at
accounts,
the end?
right? When you hear
Right,
the accounts that these two brothers are giving, these interviews, yo, that's crazy. They get quiet, yo, that's crazy.
right.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. They're not really giving anything that these brothers can take with them to take home and ponder on
Yeah. It's
and be
like,
like, all right, maybe the brother said something that I can take and it'll help me heal.
yeah.
Because these
You,
brothers are still hurting. They're
yeah.
still
It's
hurting. I
Right.
like
don't care
you,
if he
you
made
get
amends.
on.
I don't care if he made amends with Bam, and that's fine and good for him.
If he
That's
really
cool
did,
for
if he
him,
really did,
right?
right.
But he's still hurting. He
right,
still hurt. You could see it. You could hear
Yeah.
it in his voice that
He,
he's still hurting.
he starts off the podcast
but
already in pain.
Right,
right,
right. I'm high. I'm drunk. Like,
right,
come on,
Mhm.
man. And then he calms down. He mellows out. Like as you listen. Like I had
Yeah.
to get past all the semantics and all his antics. And that's another thing. Like I don't know if that's part of his trauma where he's cutting like these ECW style promos
what does
I
that
mean,
even
where
mean?
no seriously man like he's like yeah and I'm the big you should have came to me the young
Yo,
brothers before they
he
separated, they should have
he
came
should
to
have
me
been
like, bro, who are you? We
he
don't
should
like
have been
all due
smoked on
respect.
the
We don't know
spot,
you.
and he
Why
should
why
have
are we
been
coming to you for what? What are we coming to you for? Like, but that those different personas that he has,
right,
and Poppy, with all due respect to both of them, that's from trauma. It's
right.
from trauma.
But
And
but
we
but
have to recognize that. People have to, not just us, I'm just saying us in general as a whole society needs to recognize that with
yes, yes,
people.
yes.
They need to recognize that with people. And because
Right,
then you say something, somebody read the comments. Like I know Poppy reads comments a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it triggers him. And then the next video you'll see him, he'll be going off. He'll be saying some things, and you're like, "Dag, I thought you were a survivor, but you're acting like, like
I can see why he does all of these things,
No,
because
I
all of this
understand.
pain is so
Right,
triggering, you know what I
right,
mean? Like,
right.
right,
But
because I'm triggered by these comments when I
right.
read them,
Yeah,
right,
because
it's
we've
disgusting.
experienced pain.
Right,
I don't want to say like we've experienced what them brothers experienced, but we've experienced a level of pain based on our disappointment in Afrika Bambaataa, based on our disappointment in the direction that so many of our beloved leaders and elders put us on. It was a lot of disappointment, a lot of letdowns, and all of this is very sensitive to many people. People feel a certain way about things, and we feel a certain way about things. And you know what? Let them brothers feel a certain way. Let us feel a certain way. We could agree to disagree. Doesn't mean
right.
we got to have conflict. It doesn't mean there
Respectfully.
got to be bloodshed.
Right.
It doesn't mean anything. But let's stand on truth in the fact that we need healing. The survivors need healing, and the true Zulus must step forward to bring this to the future if we want this to survive. If not, all the media will keep running the circus and they will destroy this and
but
no
the
one will take Zulu serious. Period. The history, the legacy, the future, it's gone.
but we are now the media. Like I can't get that's the game. Like no one they pay them people. Like if it was like a Barbara Walters exclusive, or they just came and did the one appearance, like YOD does. He did Peter Rosenberg for the first time in like 5 years. Mark Hamill, the first interview in like 20 albums. You know what I'm saying? It was something like that where they
Mm,
gave
mm.
the exclusive. But when they do, like when you see the clips and it be multiple platforms here, they paying them. You know what I'm saying? Even if the one interview, Barbara Walters, Oprah, I'm pretty sure she paying them, you know what I'm saying? Unless they worked out. But if they're doing a multiple run, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? Pop, I can't even say that anymore. Hassan Campbell did the multiple run. You know what I'm saying? Ron Savage, like, and it's
Yeah.
society and the world as a whole. But how do we deal with that and fight that as far as being Zulus? You know what I'm saying? I think a good thing is that you guys have contact and link to um Campbell, right? Poppy, right? Hassan Campbell. Maybe he can come and talk because that's the only thing I think is that honestly, the fact that we have a union put together and that we have the same tool that they're fucking destroying, we have that same tool to build. You know what I mean? They're using Ron Savage get on. You can't tell that man. We tried. What? Tell that man get off the computer. He like,
Word.
nah. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And
Yo.
he pay his
But
bill.
one
He pay
thing,
his bill. He got the
word,
interwebs. You know what I'm saying?
one thing
So
I appreciate from him on his lives, I just want to let it be known, like he apologized
okay,
to
okay.
a brother of ours that he was trying to shame. And I told him, I told him in his live, I said, yo, man, a lot of these brothers walked across the bridge with you in solidarity, and you called somebody out by name and you disrespected him and you wasn't right for that. And he saw my comment in the chat and he said, you know what? I apologized to him, and he called him
That's
out by
good.
name. I'm not going to say his name, but he apologized to him and said, I apologize if I hurt you by my words or by
Right,
my
right.
actions. And, like, I respected that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's
But,
respectable.
And
but the other things, like, we used to tell him, like, I used to send y'all the lives, and I'm like, he'd be going, like, you don't know if he coming or going.
right.
And this is
But
Mhm.
all trauma. This is all trauma
Mhm.
that being displayed,
I
and
agree.
people are in the comments, like in the chat, telling him to crash out, making fun of him,
Mhm.
and it's not cool, man. It's not
So,
cool.
So we don't
so
like,
guys,
I can't, like, I think the thing that we have is the one thing is that there is no flaws in our armor as far as like, we are who we are, and it's Zulu. You know what I'm saying? And we're using this tool here. I think getting our story out and building a community of just like the internet, people that come and watch this, or just even if they never watched, like this will forever be there. So getting that story out, the true story, is probably the only last weapon we have other than our desire to be Zulu. You know what I'm saying? We're more than just the four of us. You know what I mean? I think if we can talk to Hassan Campbell, that'd be cool. I think if you guys talk to Layla, that'd be cool. I don't really like I'm not gonna get into the game if like we are the media, or we can give our perspective and how we don't think all of this is right, but and that's fine, you know what I'm saying, because they're just gonna flip it back at us. The only way to win is whatever is like almost impenetrable, infallible, almost like you're not gonna whatever bullet that we don't hand them, and we just get busy. You know what I'm saying? Get busy. That's it. You know what I mean? I don't really get into not saying like I do like personally respect like not mentioning people by name, but like certain things like saying Afrika Bambaataa, or like saying like Muhammad or anything, like certain things is just certain things, and it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? So what could you do? If we were the more quote unquote known thing, they would look more ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? If we were already popping, he wouldn't even, maybe he wouldn't have as many views, because you can't tell. Some people go live and no people watch. I've never gone live in my whole entire I don't do that because I don't even. So some people do that. You know what I'm saying? They'll just rock out. So whatever,
Yeah,
he might do that, but it might look crazy. You know what I'm saying? He might not have
listen,
had a bigger platform. Go ahead.
gotta
Oh, we
we
gotta
gotta
wrap
wrap
up.
this up.
All right,
It's a
definitely.
food for
long
thought.
episode.
Oh
Word.
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
long
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
episode.
we
Uh,
gonna get to it. We gonna get to it,
uh,
inshallah. We
Definitely.
gonna get
what
to
what
all of this.
what I just want to end it in closing is that um although we referenced Zulu Union, we're not speaking on behalf of the whole Zulu Union. We're
True
speaking
indeed.
on our personal opinions and feelings towards the matter. So I want to put that out there right now. This was never discussed with the other chapters in the Zulu Union. This is never discussed internally within our chapters. So this is us speaking on behalf of ourselves personally, not the Zulu Union. Secondly, none of this is to discredit or disrespect anybody. We want to find healing for the survivors. We want to find healing for the Zulus that have been traumatized and dragged through the mud unnecessarily. There's a lot of people that have, disbanded or broke up, or they're in the dark with this, and we want to shed some light and positivity towards it and find a solution. We want to work towards finding a solution, finding some healing for everybody, and moving forward. You know what I mean? So we want to stand firm on that side, and it was just to address some of the claims that B Stinger said. It's not to disrespect him. We want healing for the brother, right? But we want to also speak on truth that we didn't know who you were. We don't know where you come from, but Poppy, we did know where he comes from. So peace to those brothers, respect to those brothers, respect to all the members of the Universal Zulu Nation, respect to all the members of the Zulu Union.
Peace.
Keep striving, keep moving forward. But let's stand on truth. That got to be the message. And stand
Absolutely.
true to the principles. You know what I
No
mean?
Sure.
So
doubt, no doubt.
peace.
Peace.
Peace, peace.
Peace.
Well, we got to give it a minute. Give it a minute.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, yes, 1:30.